So you've seen how I've laid this out. I brought this piece down a little bit smaller. Now what I'm going to do is, I have not tacked it down yet. So what I'm going to do though is I'm going to pull off some of this stuff, and it may range a little bit differently still yet. So I'm going to set some of these pieces off to the side there. And we'll see what happens here. I have this piece and this piece here. Now I'm keeping the lines going up and down because that to me is something that is happening out in nature that I see when I go and take a walk. Okay, and then we have this one piece. I think I put it was underneath there and it's kind of sticking out. Okay, there. And just kind of look at my board and see how that is. Now, before I go and fuse this down, here I am getting it all ready, I'm going to put some parchment paper underneath there because the edges are coated and that could stick to the board underneath there. So there's a little bit of arranging going on here. And like I said, you know, I'm looking at the edge here, I'm looking at this edge there, and seeing these lines in here. And now I'm going to take the parchment paper and I'm going to put it on top of there. So the next thing is, get off my cord, and now I'm going to fuse this down, just this section right here. Now it's not going to stick to the outside edge, but I want it to stick to the board. I'm committing to something right now and say, let's go with it. I can always cover it up with another piece of paper if I don't like it. All right, and I'm going to pick that up right now. And you can see that it is stuck on there. All right, not all the way here because I might want to stick it underneath there. You can tack just in the middle area if you want to go underneath, but these, I'm going to commit to this here. So I'm not going to go, you won't be able to pull this back up maybe on the outside edge, but once this is fused together with that coated gloss that's there, that's dried, and the iron, it melts it and fuses it in place. So before I get going further, there's such a contrast here, which I like. It shows the pine trees, but I'm going to soften that up a little bit. And the way I do that is bringing that white back in here. And I'm going to use this sponge roller. It's a little sponge roller. Okay. And we're just going to get enough on there. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it here and I'm just going to soften this area behind somewhat. It kind of pushes back. You can still see through. And I'm even going to play with it a little bit in here. And just kind of roll it back and forth, okay? Now, I'm putting on the acrylic at this time, and the acrylic, let's just see if we can wipe this off because it's right on this surface there. The acrylic, it does not have gloss on it, so I'll have to let this dry and give it a coat of gloss, just a little bit in this area, and then continue on with the collaging. So, I'm going to let this dry right now.